Rams, Matthew Stafford takes over. He's a QB 17 or 16. And then, I think that's probably fair. I think, not going to run a ton, but some nice weapons. Sean McVay, a little bit of upside there. Should have some good weeks, good best ball pick. What are you doing with Woods and Kupp at 19 and 21? Do you like them at ADP? Are they too high, too low?
It's tough to project this passing game because it's probably going to be a bit different, right? I mean, with Stafford there, and just reading the tea leaves, they brought in Deshaun Jackson. They drafted Tutu Atwell in the second round. It was kind of a weird pick, but they're going to have more of a vertical element to the playbook because McVay trusts Stafford to throw a deep ball. So these guys might not see the same week-to-week consistency that we saw with Goff. I mean, they were very easy to project every week. Just give them both 5.5 catches, 80 yards, blah, blah, blah. So they're probably not going to have that consistency, but I think Stafford does help their touchdown upside. I think it's going to be a better offense, higher scoring. So it kind of counterbalances there. But I think we'll see some of these, either like Deshaun Jackson or even like Van Jefferson or Tutu Atwell, not as high on him. Those guys might pop on certain weeks, whereas we didn't really see that before in a Jared Goff offense. So I think they're going to be at the end of the year probably worth it, but just have a little less consistency week to week.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about them at all, to be honest. I think he's a better quarterback. Yeah, right. Even consistency wise, because I think it's all about the design of the offense. Kupp and Woods were always designed to get open based on that other receiver kind of running clear outs. That's why Watkins struggled. Cooks had that he had times where he wouldn't see a lot of volume. That's going to be the Jackson / Atwell role. Josh Reynolds was in that role. But I think the offense is designed because it's all about spacing and routes to, different route combinations. It's designed to get Woods and Kupp in space. And I think that continues. So I actually think it'll work just as well because you're having better players at quarterback and at that clear out spot than you had at least last year.
Yeah. Out of those two though, who do you favor? I'm big on Robert Woods. I think out of those two, I think Robert Woods is the safest bet.
Yeah, I think Woods just because of what he's shown. But I think they're pretty much equal. I just lean Woods because he's had a little more production. But I think they're both really good. I don't. If you told me you're taking Kupp over Woods, I wouldn't necessarily fault you. But I think Kupp has a little bit of a lower floor because he's had the weird things with the routes run and at times and things like that. Higbee at tight end 13. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like it. I think he has an upgrade at quarterback. I think Stafford's a significant upgrade over Goff. And then Gerald Everett's departure is huge. That's kind of why we didn't like him last year, was Everett was siphoning a lot of routes run, targets. Whereas, the backups, Bryson Hopkins and Jacob Harris, they're both getting some hype. I mean, one of those or both of them are going to kind of absorb some of the Gerald Everett role. But I think we're going to see potentially the end of 2019 Tyler Higbee. He has that upside. We've seen it before. So I think just based on that, in that range at tight end, honestly, you're just taking a flyer anyway. If you're in a one tight end league, if he doesn't pan out, you drop him, pick up another guy. It doesn't matter. So I think he's worth investing, at tight end 13. I think that's a fair place to take him.
Yeah, I got to definitely take him over Gronk. I think he has much more upside at this point in his career. And I like him over everybody. I think I like him as high as 10 after Logan Thomas. Because Gesicki, I think, with more competition for targets, I think that could go either way. Gronk, I think will continue to kind of be in a platoon role. And then you have Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, who could pop. And I like, especially Henry at his, for his upside, I think he'd be the number one. But you're still talking about a two tight end offense where Higbee may be out of that finally. You might see Hopkins just take over a good amount of the Everett role, but you might not. Whereas we know Henry and Smith are going to share the field because they got huge contracts. So, I like Higbee as high as tight end number 10.